Morning, Rick. Can you hear me? Uh-oh, I don't know if my sound is working. Alright, my mic doesn't seem to be working, so give me a second while I try and figure out what's going on. Good morning to Creative Darkness. It is still mostly dark here. Is it where you are? Oh, you can hear me. Oh, excellent. This is a bit of an experiment because this computer is not really built to handle game streaming. And, so I'm trying to figure out whether or not it actually works without crashing regularly. And so I'm never quite sure whether things are working or not. Lady Luna shines brightly. 1 p.m. mostly dark. Really? It's pushing 7:30 here, so the sun is starting to come up, but there's enough cloud cover that it's still kind of dark. Good morning to Radio Retro Future. So my friend Jack has dubbed this the Misery Simulator. The basis of this game is that it takes place during World War II. Or just before... Oh no, I'm sorry, World War I. And you have people who have been caught up in a terrorist attack on a train, and they are caught in the Russian winter in Siberia. And you have to not only help them survive, like, through resources, but they all hate each other, and you have to get them to the point where they can get along. I'm on day 15, so I'm about halfway through the game. If the game characters were relying on your computer. Yeah, that is kind of true. I only stream this because it is the only game I was pretty sure was low graphics enough that I would actually be able to, like, make it work. I have one other called Tiny Echo that I think might be able to handle it, but I honestly haven't dared try yet. Good vibes, only best way to start the day. I actually really like this game. It's very challenging. This is the easiest setting, and I still only win about half the time. Though to be fair, I picked the scenario, and if you do random scenario, you don't know until halfway through the game what it is you're supposed to be working towards, which makes it a lot harder in and of itself. And I had amazingly few sticks in this game. For quite some time. I still do, really. Which has, like, you never know what you're going to get for resources, so that also can make it super challenging. I think I got, like, mostly bugs and mold initially, which are totally useless. Don't starve the multiplayer edition with better graphics. Well, yeah, but the whole point is that my computer can't handle better graphics. This is why Tomby is doing the computer fund for me, because my computer is in just terrible, terrible shape. My regular game computer is 16 years old. So the fact that it plays anything is amazing. This is my work laptop, which was designed to basically run Word and my editing programs, and nothing else. So, yeah. Like I said, the fact that it runs this is amazing. Oh, that's what you're calling this. Jack Tarlad refers to this as the misery simulator. Which is why I put that as kind of a joke in the... Oh, I don't have any string. Darn it. I am really out of all of the things I need in order to really go any further. I did, however, find an extra survivor yesterday. You'll normally only start out with 4 survivors. So the fact that I found an extra one has been really handy, because now I have extra moves I can make. We need more stuff. Problem is that I need a lot of stuff. Oh, shoot, and I totally forgot I had a side quest I have to do. Side quest. Time for afternoon tea and electric goading. That's right. Okay, I get the time zone thing. I'm really terrible at figuring them. But, I mean, I get that they exist. But I totally forget that, like, when the sun is barely up and I'm still having breakfast, there are people that are actually having lunch. Like, I forget that they're that far ahead. I have never successfully done this one. Ooh, I did find a gun, though. Sweet. Yeah, there's one of the hardest parts of this game is that one of the side... Oh, no. I'm gonna get shot at. Okay, I didn't die. That's always a good start. Yeah, so this character here has a little brother who was on the train. And one of the things that you are supposed to be able to do is find her little brother. And I've never successfully done that. I do love the fact that this is a game based in Russia, and so in order to cure shock, you give them cigarettes. Oh, good heavens, you guys have been talking a lot, and I've missed it all. Let's see, what have I missed? My companion brought me a game for my birthday on Monday. My PC took one look at it and noped out immediately. Yeah, I have tried getting a couple of Steam games for this laptop that I thought it was going to be okay with, and forget streaming them. I can't even play them. It's just too much for the system. Like I said, this laptop was bought very cheap with the intention of doing nothing except really basic computer work, so. Anyway, welcome to the prize second monitor. Back to translating one more quest into French. Ooh! I am constantly asking people if I know translators. Honorhawk, if you don't mind me asking, are you on Discord? Because like I said, every time I edit a game, I have questions about either publishing or translating or things like that. And I never know what to tell people because that's not really what I do. 5 hours to Britain, 7 hours. Uncle Martin, where are you from? I always thought you were also from Britain. -3 to Yarny. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the stretch from the West Coast to the UK, which is usually what I have to figure. Occasionally France, I think, is 6 hours ahead. And Barlow Keep is 6 hours ahead when I do stuff with him. If you need predictions about the future, just ask. Um, yeah, I think there is one of the movies I really like, one of the older movies, is The Sting, which is based entirely on the idea of betting on things in a future time zone. Or I don't quite remember how it's. Man, I need to rewatch it. It's been a very long time since I saw it. But yeah, The Sting, I think, has some basis of, like, you know, predicting the future for bets in some way, shape, or form. In Soviet Russia, you don't cure shock. Shock cures you. Cigarettes and vodka. So vodka is used as medicine in this game. Give up is an option. Yeah, give up is an option a bunch. I am not a give up type, so I have never picked it. I assume that you just die. I don't know that for sure. I actually, the first time I played this a couple of days ago, I let other people pick the choices, and it turned out there are a whole lot of things I've never picked. Just because they looked like terrible options that actually led to really neat, like, storyline stuff that I've never seen before, so. Good morning to the lovely Sherry! Yeah, and there is a reason that Jack calls this the misery simulator, so. The only medicine you have is vodka, and the only shock cure you have is warm weather and cigarettes. My Slavic accent is undetectable. Bulgaria. I think that is also where Barlow Keep is from. I have really had the urge to get, like, a big map and, like, put postings on it as to all of the places that I've had guests on from. But I would like to share it with, like, when I stream, and I haven't figured out how to do that yet. If anybody has any suggestions, I would love to hear them. Because I've had people on from a lot of places in the world, and it's been very cool to just see where everyone is from all the time. So, everybody needs a nap. Morning, Rio! I didn't know you were ever up this time of morning. This is like the only time I, you know, can be online in other places and not see you just automatically floating around. Crap, I forgot. Oh, fair morn y'all. Yes, I always have my, my goat, icon with the, you know, goat morning. Uncle Martin Sucks at Gaming is from Elbonia, as popularized by Scott Adams' Dilbert comics. I guess I have not read enough of the Dilbert comics to get that reference, but... Morning, Shieldwall! My goodness, I thought no one was up this time of morning. Or working or something, just because nobody ever streams this time of morning. I'm only streaming because I needed to kill time before the grain stores open, because my poor animals are all out of grain. And they're real cranky about it. Yeah, same, Rio. Speaking of which, I'm going to mute myself for a second and have some coffee. Ugh, it's gone cold. We're getting down to the dregs here. I might have to make another pot. My husband almost never drinks coffee. But he decided he was going to drink like half of mine this morning. Shieldwell has a very early appointment. I hope it is nothing bad, and I hope it goes well. Rick, you were the first one here. You want to make a choice for me? Do we want Discipline, Seventh Betty, Allies, Blood Brothers, or No One is Born an Orphan? The only one of these I know for sure is that Seventh Betty starts an argument. Most of the rest of these I'm not familiar with. Yeah, I've played this game a ton of times, and it always comes up with new choices I haven't seen before. Yes, any likes I would be very grateful for. And I see a lot of new voices in the chat, so I do normally stream my regular streams later at night, but if you would subscribe, I would also be incredibly happy for that. Should we call Goat's husband alleged too? My husband is Lord Goosifer, the morning honk. He's just very rarely on my streams because he tries to kind of stay out of my stuff. But yes, he is online. He is Lord Goosifer, the morning honk. We both have farm animal based things. I've been sort of thinking that the next time I hit a discipline or allies. Well, you pick discipline first, so let's go for that. I know you might have thought about leaving the camp, but you must know our chances of survival increase when we are in a group. Escaping is a sentence not only for yourself, but the rest of us. Oh, just what we needed, another jerk in the group. This lady in the front, Anna, she has been the group bitch so far. Maybe, but what's wrong with that? I'm trying to find a way to organize the camp well. He's the one I found yesterday. He has not been a part of this group, which means he starts off with a lot lower connection to the rest of the group. Rick, that's understandable, but please don't treat us as deserters, or what if we don't obey? Which is your choice? So what is everybody's time zone? I'm kind of curious. 7 hours out for Uncle Martin. Somebody else said it was 1:30 in the afternoon. Deserters. Okay. That's understandable, but please don't treat us as deserters in the army. There's nothing funny about relaxing discipline. This is the first step to defeatism and panic. The sooner we understand it, the better chance we'll have to survive. I mean, he could be more tactful, but honestly, that's probably the same take. You really were a gendarme? An officer, I suppose. Can somebody look that up for me? I don't know what that is. And I have too many stuff on too many screens to look it up myself. I'm curious as to what the term is. Mountain West, 5:32. Ooh, so you're behind us. You are an early riser. Rio's in the same time zone I am? Flip a coin. I think in France. Yes. Yep, Rio, Rick, and I think, are all in the same time zone. We are in the proper time zone. It's a police officer. Oh, okay, good to know. I assumed it was a military thing, but... Police officer in France. That's interesting, because I think she's supposed to be from Russia, not French. And I don't think he's supposed to be French. Huh. A member of the French National Police Organization, consulting a branch of the armed forces with responsibility for general law enforcement. Okay. I always try and learn something new every day, and I got mine out of the way early today. We'll talk about it on another occasion. Now we must focus on survival. Whether you want it or not, I am going to get us out of this misery. Okay, well, they appreciate his efforts anyway. So, under results on this side, is whether or not they lose an action. Apparently the only one who actually had to check for an action for morale is this dude. Because he's really overtired, because I only had enough room in the tent for 3 of them, and he was also really tired. Russia was influenced hard by the French during the Tsar regimes. That's also very interesting, because this is supposed to take place, like, right after the Tsar abdicated. And that's why you have all this, like, combat between the different groups when the train crashes. Because you have people who supported rebels, people who were more passive, people who supported the Tsar, people who supported communism. Like, they're kind of all over the range as to what actually happened in Russia during that point. The morning brought a blood-chilling message. Some of the supplies are gone. You glance at each other in gloomy silence, and the question must arise in every head. What would be worse, a mysterious oppressor able to get unnoticed to the camp, or a thief among you? And the storm... So the thing that I chose is the one where the weather gets, like, really, really bad. Like, there'll come a point where I can't actually go for supplies anymore. And so the trick is I have to build up enough supplies in the next couple of days to basically keep us alive. Except I haven't been able to find a lot of supplies in this game, which has made it much harder than usual. And then there's also one where you have to actually fight the terrorists, and then there is one... I'm trying to think. Oh, the third one is the man-eating bear. I have never won that one. Even on the easiest setting, it is so hard, I have never been able to get through it. So we are now at the point where it's going to be extremely difficult for me to get supplies without getting lost. Which is this bar up here. Oh, I might send out a second search party, because I kind of want to kill that fox. Because meat is meat. Oh, fudge. Disassemble the scarecrow. I wanted food. Food is my concern, not... Yeah, see, normally I could have done, like, half this... Well, not half this board, but I could have gone a long ways before I got down on life like this, or on actions like this. And now I can't really go anywhere. Where did I see the fox before? Over here? Alright, we're gonna try and find some more mushrooms. I might be living on... normally I've done much better at this point. I might be living on mushrooms. I might be living on mushrooms most of this game. Alright, I have no idea what the resources are here. Traffic violations and the like. Honor Hawk, I am... Oh, the difference between the police officers. Got it. Have the girls gather sticks, 2 guys go out foraging, 1 remains to reinforce the camp. Well, the problem is that even gathering sticks counts as foraging, which means they can still get lost. And what I was trying to do was having everybody go gather mushrooms, because those are the only things I have near the camp. Clearly the woman can hunt a bear and the guys can forage berries. The bear is the hardest because first you have to fight the weather and then you have to fight... Well, you have to avoid the bad guys and then you have to fight wolves and then you have to fight a man-eating bear who is pretty well indestructible. I'm getting the itch to reinstall this war of mine. I am not familiar. Can you tell me more about it? I've been trying to find something else that I might be able to run on this that, you know, won't completely destroy it. Find the red mushrooms with white spots in everyone. No, actually, the red mushrooms with white spots kill you. The ones I just threw away are the ones that will make you trip balls. But yes, there are in fact psychedelic mushrooms in this game. They did not leave that out. We had vodka and cigarettes. We had to also have mushrooms. Alright, mushroom soup. Ugh, I thought I had more mushrooms than that. I did all that gathering and I got, like, so few mushrooms. Oh, that's right. I forgot I can skin the fox. No, I don't want repair. I want skin the animal. Is the bear bald? No. I feel like this is something I should be understanding, but I don't. Sorry about that. Can I do a roast yet? No. I need roots for a roast, and I have not been able to find any. Can't find sticks, can't find roots. It's not made for a great game. It's a similar game from 2014 based during the Siege of... Ooh! Let me write that down. Alright, I have a list here somewhere. There were people that gave me some really good suggestions for when I have the new computer. But again, I don't have a whole lot for... Alright, where's my list? I found my notebook, can't find my list. Alright, I'm just gonna write this down. This war of mine. How are the graphics on it? Are they like this simplified, or? The women are more comfortable with the bear than men, so... Yeah, not in this game. In this game, everybody gets eaten if you lose. Organizing a refugee center and trying to survive, go out for forage in the city, avoid various occupying military presences and other looters. A brutally difficult board game was made of it, too. Is it like a co-op board game? All of those seem to just be terrible. Probably because none of my friends are great to play co-op games with, because they all suck. They're not... How shall we say? They don't do well with group work. Alright, I think that is all I can do for today, except that I need to actually feed people. Alright, I got one more... I don't really want to use up the soup for one person, but I guess I have to. Alright, so... The hunter and grandma need sleep. Luckily, this does not take an action. I'm gonna put her to sleep too, just so she doesn't whine later. The Great Outdoors reference. Okay. Central link on Discord too. Excellent. Well to the Wikipedia article. Okay. Let me see if I can. Hang on a second. Add friend. Honorhawk, there's my, Steam account. If you want to friend me on that too, just in case Discord's been weird lately. I've had announcements sort of not show up until significantly later than... Oh, though I did get it this time. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I've been having things that, like, don't show up for, like, a week until I get the notices, and even then I don't really get the notices. I just am like, oh wait, I have another message that I didn't see. This War of Mine board game is indeed a co-op, try to survive game with a very thick reference book and lots of dark, bleak reading. It's not an everyday meal, let's put it that way. So it is another misery simulator, is what you're telling me. Alright, who was second in the chat? Creed of Darkness, you were the second in the chat originally. What is your choice? Yeah, Rick, I agree. It sounds very interesting. I'm definitely going to check out the, I'm just definitely going to check out and see what the graphics are like, to see if that's manageable. The other thing I've been thinking about is I do have a game called Tiny Echo that I might be able to handle on this. It's kind of a puzzle game. The issue is that the graphics look really simple, but I think it might be like Minecraft, that they look deceptively simple. I think it might actually be harder than it looks. So Creed of Darkness, what is your choice? Noblesse Oblige, Allies, Seventh Betty, No One is Born an Orphan, or The Lost Battle? Lost Battle or Noblesse... I don't think I know what either of them does, so... Like I said, I was saying earlier, I kind of get in the habit of picking the same answers all the time, so I don't know what a lot of these does. Well, I haven't seen this one at all before. I have seen the other one. I've never seen this one, so... I hope we will find someone else who has survived the disaster. Yes, I count on it too. Someone who could take care of preparing meals, a good servant, or at least a wardrobe mistress. Yeah, did I mention that Anna is kind of a bitch? How can you think of such mundane needs? We fight for life, not comfort. Alright, yes you are right, or what is life without comfort? What's your choice, Creed of Darkness? I'm never sure, like, whether or not I've lost people, or if the lag on this is just that bad. Probably what is life, okay? Uncle Martin, I saw your friend request come in, but I can't seem to get to it at the moment, so I will do it as soon as I'm done this. I don't know about you, but I can't enjoy the prospect of living so primitive a life without any comforts. I mean, there's comforts and there's requiring a servant. I think those are very different things. I may be getting unnecessarily emotional, please forgive me, but I have to say it out loud what has been going on in my mind for some time. You are not just a poor disadvantaged lady who has been cruelly thrown to fate by misfortune. You are our state representative and you are responsible for the honor of your own family. I am sorry, but the situation requires your fortitude and discipline. But of course you are right, it's just that the same principles of noble upbringing require special care and understanding towards ladies. Creed of Darkness, you've caught me in my trap, or there is no time here for courtesy. I vote we eat Anna. Yeah, she's... I mean, she's always awful in this game. But she has been extra awful in this version of it. Like, some of the time she at least learned something like, you know, how to sew, which is helpful. Door number 2. There's no time here for courtesy. I'm sorry to say that this is not the time for courtesy. We need strength and determination, also from women. You must set a good example for our comrades from the lower class. Oh my goodness, he's just insulting everyone. Yes, Captain, I will do my best. So she doesn't like him, but her motivation has increased. So that's good. The aim is to install a healthy acknowledgement of the situation civilians face in a war-torn city. Joyous things are few and far between, and that's part of the point. Yeah, it's always kind of a catch-22. You know, we want our kids to, like, have softer, better lives, but softer, better lives means they actually enjoy things less. 30 seconds, usually on screw tube. Last time it was about 20 seconds, I think, so I guess not terrible. No problem, not something urgent. Oh, the thing. Yeah, okay. Honor Hawk, you were next. What is your choice? No one is born an orphan, 7th Betty, Marauders, Allies, or the Lost Battle. Brick, you had a vote already. While you're making a decision, I am gonna mute myself and finish off my coffee. Alright, orphan it is. No one is born an orphan. Maria Petrenko, forgive the indiscreet question, but did you know your parents? After all, Pete is a few years younger than you. I have no idea what that has to do with anything, but... Indeed, I knew both my mother and my father. No one is born an orphan. Did they work on the railway? No, it was Uncle Theodore who asked for a job for us when they call him up. This also got translated, and sometimes it's very noticeable. The uncle also did not work on the train. He just got along well with people. We were born in a rural community. Why didn't you stay there? After all, orphans are often adopted in villages. After the reforms, our community was liquidated and the Zemsto. There's another word for people to look up. I don't know what that is either. Was formed in its place. Apparently it was supposed to be better for the society, and as a result, all of them quarreled and the land was handed over to the landowners. Some Riddle, a real scumbag, chased us away to the Four Winds when my father was arrested. Arrested? Was he a criminal? Don't talk like that about my daddy. He was an activist. He fell victim to repression after the cruel Stolpen was shot. They beat father so much in custody that he didn't get up again. I'm sorry to hear that. In this country, it's constantly like that. If someone wants it to be better, no matter whether the minister or the peasant, they will murder them immediately. Russian Council? Okay. I don't know. As often as I've played this game, and as much as I enjoy the history of it, I have not been good about looking up. It's one of those things, I always mean to, like, look up the terms after the fact, and then I forget. Usually because by the time I'm done playing, I go, oh crap, like there was something else I was supposed to do 20 minutes ago. The day started with heavy wind and a heavy branch broke off from one of the nearby trees. It fell straight into your shelter, but luckily no one was inside. The hatch is in miserable condition. You have to roll up your sleeves and improve the structure today. Luckily, I think I had it fairly well stabilized. Oh, and it didn't even collapse. Sweet. Oh, and the other thing is that the camp visibility goes down, when it storms really bad, which means you can build the fire way up. Which is kind of nice. Soup. Feed the hungry masses. And almost nobody's thirsty. That's nice. I'm probably going to set one person to doing nothing but filtering water because I'm getting really... Well, I'm out at this point. A local self-governing institution in Imperial Russia established in 1864 to manage economic and social affairs at the provincial and district levels. It was responsible for services like building roads, overseeing public education and healthcare, and improving agriculture, and apparently murdering peasants. After 1917, October's Revolution, the Bolsheviks abolished it and replaced it with worker and peasant councils. Okay, so that's kind of what she's talking about in the course of this. Gotta go. Have a good one. Thank you, Shieldwall. Good luck with your appointment, whatever it is. I hope it goes really well for you, and I hope the results are positive. Alright, so plenty of water. This one is supposed to have cooking skills, except I don't think they've actually come up at any point during this, which is kind of frustrating. Oh, I don't have enough meat. Darn it. That means either I find more meat or somebody's going to be eating raw steak, because I'm not having that go to waste. It's too darn hard to find. Can't use snares in this, so there's no point in doing that. The workshop's pretty solid. Quarantine point is pretty solid, but I think still needs some upgrades. So we will upgrade that. My mouse is getting janky on me here. Is this World War I era or World War II? Seems like 1970. Yeah, I said earlier I thought it was supposed to be World War I. I was mistaken when I first mentioned it. Alright, I am going to make some more arrows. I think... Yes, I can make more arrows. Excellent. Yeah, the one thing I remember specifically is that it's right at the overthrow of the Tsar. And we'll see if we can send people out without them getting horrifically lost. See, this is what I mean when I say that you do different things based on which adventure you're in. I have 2 guns, but they both need fixing, and there's no point in fixing them in this particular scenario because you never use them. Ooh, I just found another thing I can shoot. Usually when the weather gets super bad, when the weather gets really bad, you can't find any animals because they've all gone underground. Use Anna as bait. I mean, honestly, I did take her on this particular adventure because if they get lost, he's kind of, He's kind of hard to sacrifice. She, on the other hand, I don't really care. Alright, that might be one of the best hauls I've gotten all game, which is kind of unusual at this point, but I am not going to risk losing it. We're going to return to camp. Go back to skinning animals. I got 2 this time. Guns do not kill the bear. They make it super angry, and it tears you into small pieces. The bear... I'm trying to remember. Has anybody seen The Edge with Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin? Any salvage at the train wreck site? Yeah, there is. It's none of it's food, and I need food right now more than I need anything else, so. Clothes. I just realized I still have one character that does not actually have warm, durable clothes, So we're gonna make him some. No, but I know of it. Well, there's a scene where they have to kill a bear with, like, a giant spear, basically. And it's something similar in this case. You have to, like, build a contraption that will kill the bear, and then you have to find its hunting trail without it finding you. So. And like I said, you've also got, like, darn it. You've also got, like, wolves on your trail at the same time. Alright, there we go. What else we got? Turns out I had a spare Humble Bumble? Humble Bundle. Honorhawk, I don't know what that is. Again, there isn't a whole lot I can run on this, and usually I'm using my PlayStation on the other computer, so you will have to enlighten me. But whatever it is, I appreciate it. My first live stream was in Sheepsidian. My second in the Eclectic Goat. What is it with me and ungulates? So, you've never... Like, you're talking about, like, hanging out in the chat, or you're talking about, like, on the stream? When you have time. Have time, stupid fingers. Yeah, my phone... So, my phone is also dying. Because this apparently is my life. And it has taken to, like, adding weird letters and reversing words and all sorts of things at time. Oh, well, that's very cool. And, you know, Caprines are the best, so that's why. You just instinctively knew that. I did not know there was a Sheepsidian. Now I'm gonna have to look that up. I think Shieldwall left because he was just trying to get out of making decisions. Is Radio Retro Future still here? Because if so, it's your turn to make choices. But I have not seen anything since the first message from you. I get up at 2:30 most mornings, and migraines make it to catch anything live. Yeah, I used to suffer really terrible migraines. And then I discovered that I actually have a soy intolerance, and that has done wonders to, like, end the migraine issue. The problem is it's very hard to eat things and avoid soy. So that means that I, still get to deal with them occasionally. Humble Bundle was an organization that did sales of bundles of aging games at knockoff prices aimed at getting money to more creators and charities than to publishers. That is very cool. Lord Toxic, you coming on the show on Thursday? Let me check my calendar. I think I already have a show scheduled that day. Thursday would be tomorrow. Yeah, I'm already scheduled for a show tomorrow. Are you doing next Tuesday, though? You kind of keep bouncing between Tuesdays and Thursdays. And good morning, by the way. What's the topic tomorrow? If I could stop by a little bit, I will. I think, tomorrow noon Central, so that's 1 o'clock my time. I remember Humble Bumble being... So, if these are older games, they must be lower graphic, right? Maybe I can actually, like, do one of them. Yeah, soy is everywhere, hard to avoid. Sadly, I just hit my head on the bathtub faucet. Oh no! I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but... Oof, that's terrible. Lord Toxic, if I think there's some overlap, so if I can stop by for a little bit tomorrow afternoon, I will. Otherwise, let me know if you're doing next Tuesday. Next Thursday's Thanksgiving, but let me know if you're doing next Tuesday. I think that Radio Retro Future must have, like, bopped in and out, so... And Shield Wall is gone. Uncle Martin, I think you were next. Would you prefer Not a Step Back, The Lost Battle, Seventh Betty, Prince Charmless, or Allies? Oh, Lord Toxic, also, if you are still here, Twitter Messenger is no longer working for me worth crap, so if you're on Discord, hit me up. Prince Charmless sounds catty. Uncle Martin, you just pick a whatever our discussion point is going to be here. Not a Step Back, The Lost Battle, Seventh Betty, which I do know starts an argument, Prince Charmless, or Allies. Lost Battle, okay. Captain, can we count on rescue from the hands of your soldiers? Okay, you get to make another decision almost immediately. Is this sarcasm? They are dead. Unfortunately, we are on our own. I thought he was being a jerk initially, but now I'm thinking about it. I think early on in the game, they actually do make a comment about the terrorists having, like, blown up the cart that all the soldiers, I can talk, all the soldiers were in. So what is your choice, Uncle Martin? sarcasm. Is this sarcasm? Last time I saw them, they were dead. I don't know why I'm laughing, but... Trained soldiers, and yet they let themselves be slaughtered by forest bandits. I love the idea that they had a choice in the matter. To win the battle, you must know about it. Troublemakers on the train distracted us. Rather, caviar lulled the vigilance, or I asked about the rescue from Charbakova. I guess a Russian city. So, I asked about rescue, or caviar lulled the vigilance. Rick, I was just on Chinwag, last week? And I up at 9 p.m. to be in chat with Adam Gray's B-Sides. So I had gotten away from B-Sides because that's real late for me. And my husband was working overtime, so he had to get up at 4 a.m. However, his overtime has stopped, so I have been thinking about going back on B-Sides now that I don't have to be up quite so early. I have not had a chance to ask Adam about it yet, though. I find it interesting they've changed the spelling of the city to one that is more Russian in the second run-through. I've asked about rescue from the garrison. It's a long way from here, but they probably knew about the oncoming soldiers. Maybe they will finally come to the region for reconnaissance. As far as I know, there is a breakdown of discipline and submersive moods. If they don't want to fight for Russia, then why should they care about the fate of the old comrade from the front? Submersive moods? You mean they refuse to shoot civilians? Oh, apparently this one's going to come into an argument, too. Child, you don't know much about politics, and you believe in incendiary rumors. A soldier must follow orders, not wonder if they are good. Sins are on the conscience of the generals. So Anna's also a conservative, so she liked that idea. And now we get the trait from him. Where discipline relaxes, a weak link arises. The soldiers on the train were veterans from the front, and they were not under my command, but I should have drilled them more, and maybe I could have done more. Is that why you are so harsh with us now? Then on the train, I should have lashed these bastards to the very end, mine or theirs. I probably wouldn't have done much, but at least I would have died with honor as befits a Russian officer. So he has some survivor guilt going on. Now I won't make that mistake. I won't let the renegades hurt you. I wouldn't like to meet these butchers again, but if that happens, I hope you will show how Russian officers fight. Alright. That was a good one. Long, but I hadn't seen that one before, so... Shield wall's gone. Lord Toxic, are you still here? If so, it's your turn to make a decision. Not sure I buy that copium. Yeah, I was on last week. It was a fairly light, like, I think Yarny wasn't there. Paul wasn't there until the very end. Pizza for second breakfast. You know, you're the second person to bring up, like, pizza this morning, and I've been hankering pizza ever since the first one. Maybe I'll have pizza for lunch. Time for me to get back to work a bit more seriously. Happy grain shopping. Yeah, after this, I'm gonna do one more day, and then I think I need to sign off and go feed my poor critters. Rick, I guess we're gonna come back around to you. I don't think Lord Toxic is still here at this point, so... Business and Adventure, 7th Betty, Undercutting the Branch, that also leads to a fight. Marauders or Allies. Undercutting the Branch, this is the second time I've seen that one come up. In just this game. That's kind of weird. I didn't know that could happen. It's a sign. Well, it's a bad sign in that case, because, like I said, I know that that one leads to an argument, too. Allies. Okay. Sir Edward, we haven't heard any war stories from you yet. You were, or maybe you're still, a soldier. Alright, a soldier must be cautious, or I don't understand what you're suggesting. Which one do you prefer, Rick? Pizza levels to an argument? Oh, the chat options. Yes. Chat options. I am making fun of Tomby. Just for the record. He says he's been up for 6 hours. I said, and yet you're not here in my chat. Soldier must be cautious. I will answer you like a professional to professional. Since you sense, Captain, that I can still serve, you should understand why I should be restrained in talking about my adventures and tasks. But, sir, we are allies. We haven't heard any news from the capital for over a week. In fact, we cannot be sure that the provincial government has not entered into a separatist peace with the Boche. I can't believe you haven't heard the gossip about the negotiations. Good morning, Tomby. I have to tease you a little. A Russian soldier doesn't leave his allies in need. With all due respect, Captain, but I think the fact of your presence here, not on the front, suggests that your homeland is preparing for civil war, not to finish off Kaiser, who would have sent an experienced line officer with a mission. Who would send an experienced line officer with a mission deep into the country? Tomby, since you're here, do you want keep quiet, or I will return to the unit at the first opportunity? You haven't gotten a chance to pick, so... I don't know what either of these does, so I don't know if there's a right answer or a wrong answer. I'm still trying to decide whether or not pizza could actually lead to an argument over anything other than whether or not pineapple belongs. Keep quiet, the trees have ears. all right, Mr. Ally. And what exactly do you write in this notebook? Is this a code? Indeed, after all, trees have eyes as well. So yes, the only argument I've ever seen for pizza was whether or not pineapple belonged. Broccoli pizza does. Does cause arguments or does belong? Before the dusk, your companion starts suffering from unpleasant symptoms. Oh, you know, Natty was making comments a couple of days ago when I played this about whether or not you could get, what was it she wanted to know? What is it you always die of in Oregon Trail? Dysentery. She wanted to know if you could get dysentery. And I said, or when you got dysentery. And I said, oh, you can actually pick up, like, getting sick at pretty much any point in this game. So apparently, here we are. Before the dusk, your companion starts to suffer from unpleasant symptoms. First there is abdominal pain, then came vomiting, and finally solid dehydration and spitting with blood. Maybe it's the mushrooms, you say, trying to help the poor man? God knows, all the mushrooms here are similar. The man curls with pain on the ground. I saw a deer eating them, he groans. Why has this happened to me? Not good. Deer can even eat toadstools to get rid of their parasites. You have no guarantee that the mushroom is safe until you try it. If I get out of this, you're going to get hurt for telling me that only now, threatens the poor man, after which he loses consciousness. Okay, how do we... Care action, and we need an antidote. Medicines. Antidote. I have one plant that is needed for the antidote. Which is good, because there's absolutely no way I could go gather more, and then he's probably gonna die. And then we need the care action. Oh, I don't know if I have the care action. I do have the care action. Okay. I didn't think I did. Alright, I think he has to go inside. And he has to go outside. I think that's how that works. There we go. Alright. We have saved our soldier from death by stupidity. It is super dumb to just eat random mushrooms. What was I doing the other day? I think I was playing a role-playing game, and somebody... Oh, I have to actually feed him the antidote. That would be helpful. And somebody wanted me to just, like, try a random mushroom in the game. And I was like... Who would do that? Like, why do you just go around throwing random mushrooms in your mouth? Oops. Apparently the snow is down and the visibility is up. So, gotta have the fire below 50%. I love Hawaiian pizzas, but I church them up. Church them up. I have never heard that term. With bell peppers, onions, and spicy stuff, fresh jalapenos, plus homemade hot honey or Baldic sauce. I don't know what Baldic sauce is either. In primary school, we had pizza with little pickles on top. It was actually good. So I have to say, I am not too fussy about what I put on pizza. But I had what was supposed to be like a burger pizza that had, you know... lettuce and tomato and hamburgers and pickles. And I gotta say, I am not big on hot pickles. I love pickles, but hot pickles just did not do it for me. That also is why I am not crazy about... Well, I've never had it. I don't think I would like pineapple on pizza because I don't like hot pineapple. I like pineapple, but not warm. Warm pineapple just seems weird to me. Pineapple on pizza is S-tier god-level food. I mean, I love pizza, but I'm not sure any pizza is god-level food. That seems a bit much. Delicious stew. Do we have a way to make it more delicious? We do have a way to make it more delicious. Yeah, everything that in here that's delicious, like, requires more ingredients, and you get less of it. But, you get a lot more, morale. Because delicious. Hawaiian pizza is the only way I can eat pineapple now. I went to the Doyle plantation when I was a kid and ate myself sick on pineapple everything. How do you do that? Because, like, pineapple is so acidic, it will literally, like, chew out the inside of your mouth. It is the one fruit that will bite you back. Alright. So I'm basically gonna... do I want to do that? The weather's down. Maybe I should go out on an expedition. I guess I'll do an expedition. We'll send the two bitchy old ladies. Oh, look. Track it down. Okay, I have to say, so there is actually a fairly good chance, a lot of the time, that you end up missing the animals. So it's been incredibly difficult to find things like roots, or anything like that, but I have to say I have actually had better luck at hunting this game than I think I ever have, ever. That was a real short outing, but at least I got some good stuff. And I get more meat. There is a reindeer in this game. Somebody, Rick was asking earlier about whether or not the gun would kill the bear. There is a reindeer in this game that you can only... Ooh, I know that explains why my camp is suddenly more available. I didn't realize it was under snow. The reindeer can only be killed with a gun. It's too big to be killed with the bow. Alright. There we go. Now my palisade is back, which means I should... Yep, now I can build my fire back up again. Oops. Didn't want that. One click too many. And the captain is hungry again. Here, have some raw... yeah, have some raw eggs. Yeah, I'm sure it was awful, but... Okay. Pineapples, jalapeno, ham, bacon, gyro meat, extra cheese, garlic oil, no sauce. That is quite the combination. I don't eat pork, so most of that would be out for me, but it does sound very proteiny. Hawaiian pizzas are the only way... I read that one already. Pineapple ice cream, puddings, they found a way. American ingenuity tamed the vicious fruit and sold it in 1,000 forms. Yeah, I mean, once you cook it, it doesn't bite back, but that just seems unnatural. It's the enzyme in pineapple, same reason it tenderizes pork into mush if marinated too long. I knew you could use it for tenderizing things. I did not know it would actually go to mush. I was basically Augustus Gloop. Alright, I am going to end this day, and then I am going to end this stream. Oops, hang on a second. We have a... My dear, we are not good at hunting. Take a seat comfortably, and I'll give you some tips. Sir Edward is excited about the good opportunity to recall his talent and begins to draw different patterns in the snow. Not good at hunting. I've gotten like 7 animals. Believe it or not, we can even meet a tiger in this area. It's best to shoot the beast from the top of an elephant, where even Shere Khan would not be able to jump. When the beaters flush the beast out of the grass, the mahouts stretch the string with the fladry to properly guide... Fladry? Fladry? Mr. Edward, where do we get elephants, fladry, and beaters in the... Well, Siberia, basically. I don't know how to pronounce half of these. Russian is not my thing. You will talk when I finish my thought, replies the Englishman, pretending to be growling. He continues his lecture, and you barely suppress laughter listening to other ideas. Fishing with dynamite, looking for a fox from a balloon gondola or laying traps with links leading to a shotgun trigger. Admittedly, a funny storyteller, Lord Sir Grey is. I don't know why I kept trying to say Lord. So beef bacon is a thing, and beef bacon is absolutely wonderful. It is like the best combination of bacon and brisket possible. It's amazing. Um, but my leg is getting longer, and I am in need of more coffee, and my critters are in need of food. So I think I'm gonna stop it there. If I get some time this afternoon, I may come back and do this again. Um, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, yesterday was kind of nice and relaxing, but like Bendover was the only one here. It's been really nice to have so many people here. So, um, I hope that you will like if you haven't already, and I hope you will subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope that everyone has a really good day today. If I don't see you again. I love beef, lamb, and venison bacon. Beef I have had, lamb I have had the brisket from, venison I've basically never had. Not well, I had venison steaks once, and the rest of the time it's always been ground. It's really hard to get ground venison that doesn't have pork in it, so. Rang the bell. Thank you very much. I do hope that everyone has a great day today, and like I said, I may be back on this afternoon if I get through everything else quick enough today. And if so, I hope to see you here. I'm going to take a look at this bundle I got sent, and maybe we'll try playing something off that instead. Thank you all for being here, and happy headbutting!